Alright everybody, welcome back. If you're just joining in, thanks for watching. I hope that we'll be driving Frankie today. I just got this part in. I got it. This is where I ended up hunting it down from. The part has been discontinued. So then I got a lead on this company, Welter Farm Equipment, out of Verona, Missouri. There they are. Pretty cool, neat of them. They sent me a. You don't use these very often, but I don't use a oil wrench to tighten my oil filters on, so I can usually get them off by hand. But now that I got one, I probably will use it to take it off, not put it on. Yeah, and they sent me a calendar, and it came. Just United States Postal. Got here in 3 days, so I'm pretty happy with their service, and the lady on the phone was very knowledgeable and helpful, and definitely wanted to give them a little shout out for that, even though none of them are everybody watching, but maybe some of you guys might need to get some parts or something. There you go. Tell them I sent you. No, I don't care. Just kidding. But anyway, I'm going to open this up and I'll show you what I got. Alright, so there it is. It's got new O-rings on it already, new needle bearings in it. Exactly what I needed. I'll show you what broke on the other one. These threads here, these were where I put the Healy coils, and then I think it was this one right here that broke the casing. So I'll get that off there and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, there's the old one off. See right here where it broke, right where the Healy coil was. Which one doesn't have the Healy coil? So this one here is one that does not. See how much meat was there compared to how much meat that was taken off for the Healy coil. So it is what it is. When they were stripped out, when I took them off of there, like I said, a bunch of the threads came out with the bolts. So the last time that it was installed, somebody had over tightened it and just had the metal in there that held it all together. So it was do or die, basically a dog turd in one basket, a dog turd in the other basket. So I tried the one basket that had a dog turd with Healy coils in it, and that didn't work. So here's the new one. That all installed. You notice the backing is, for some reason they decided that was better. Flatter surface to mount, more surface area, I guess. So it's ready to go on. Another thing I noticed, I don't have the bolts here, I guess, but another thing I noticed was that a couple of the bolts, the threads go a lot longer than the bolts are. So I'm gonna kind of experiment around with a couple of longer bolts to give myself more thread surface inside of there too. So okay, so that's mounted back on there. Those are the pieces that broke off of it. Well, two of the pieces. You can see where I have this problem I got to deal with. That's the Healy coil still stuck on the bolt. So yeah, deal with that. Bring you back. Okay, so it's all back together. It's actually been back together for like a half an hour now. I just kind of been going over everything, and I guess paranoid is the word. Basically making sure I had everything right, and it fits all the diagrams that I have. Fits the way that everything should flow from having it apart. there's a pressure relief valve here that I actually took the shim out of so that it should release with less pressure in there the first time I started here. See what happens. The flow valve for the power steering, that seems to move very freely. Does what it's supposed to do. Doesn't have any extra chips in it. Which I took that off and was just kind of moving it with a magnet, making sure everything was still good in that. Checked all of my lines. Basically went over everything 3 or 4 times. Everything has more flow on the return side than it does on the high pressure side of everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was just them things stripped out, and I'm just worried about it is all. I shouldn't be. It's like I said, I've got everything right, so I'm gonna fire it up here. Okay, well, here goes nothing, I guess. What was that all about? Alright, so you heard how that went. Just right there at the end of the clip there, you heard it kind of bogged down, like the pump was under a lot of stress. Almost like it doesn't have, like it's not returning itself somewhere, or one of the pressure release valves is not releasing the pressure. So I already went over in the front here talking about what the possibilities could have been wrong, and I checked that stuff. There's a valve in the spools, which were clean and moving, but I need to check those. Underneath in the oil pump, or the oil filter, there is not a pressure release valve, but a check valve, which basically when you shut the system off, that stops the oil from draining out of your spools. So I need to check that. I don't really see there's any way that even goes together wrong, but it's always a possibility that I did something wrong with it. I've been sitting here reading the book. I've like quadruple checked all of my hoses. Everything's ran correctly. The return line for the steering orbital on the 190 system would have went, well, it would have came out to a T, and then it would have went down to the power director, because they were hydraulic actuated. And then like on the XT models or the 200s and stuff, then they actually had a hydraulic PTO brake, so it would have teed out to those and returned back into the line there. So basically I just took that out of there and returned it right back into the sump over there. So if any of you guys have any ideas, anything I'm overlooking, give me a hand on that. Like I said, I got them couple of things to check, but I can't see that's what the problem is. But it's where I'm at right now. Yeah, a little disappointed, but we didn't break anything. Everything held together. Engine ran good. We just got to figure out this little hiccup. And I thought I had the stuff figured out, so I don't want to say that it's discouraging, but it is upsetting. It definitely is upsetting, but um, everything can be figured out. There's a reason for everything, and maybe I can get you guys to give me a hand on thinking about it. Any guys that are kind of any gurus on the hydraulics and stuff. Like I said, so that's the return line from the steering. Comes back. That would have went to, like I said, to the power director and everything, but instead it's just coming right back off of the orbital down there, right back in there. So then you've got the line for the lift system, and you got the line for the power booster system, which they run back. They hook into the correct, excuse me, the correct lines. Oh, this is something that I don't think I ever showed you guys. Anyway, they're all ran to the correct lines. So then this is the return. It's being fed by bigger than what's coming into the, there's more diameter out of both of the two of the lift system and the power booster. There's more flow in this hose than there is in both of those. That's something that maybe I screwed up. I don't think I did. Pretty sure I understood that correctly, but like I said, just down under. Inside of that, there is a check valve that I'm a little worried about. Because it is what it seemed like it was doing. Like it was building pressure and it couldn't return it. So yeah, that's going to be a fun thing to do, because there's oil in it. I'll have to drain oil out and everything, but it needs to be checked. Like I said, I did twist that off, and there was oil in that. Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of at a loss here, guys. So any help would be appreciated. And I'm going to be hitting my manuals and trying to hit the forums to find anything on it and see what I can figure out. So I think this is probably where I'll end it. I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate the continued support on the channel. And boy, I wish I was driving this thing today. That'd be really satisfying, but like I said, I'm back to the books, and I really appreciate you guys for watching. So catch you on the next one.